Welcome to day number 4 of Strength, Strategy, and Mindset. I'm Dr. Dwayne Woode, and today we're building from the inside out. We're going deeper, literally, because we've been talking about the core, and the core isn't just about abs. It is your foundation, it's your anchor, and if we're going to build a consistent, powerful, strong life and body, we need to be centered. We need a center that is strong, a center that is able to carry us, a center that is able to be steady when everything around us is shifting. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to get started as we warm up and then get into our strength, strategy, and mindset. Thank you for joining me on day number 4. Okay, so we'll get into our daily warm up, and you are going to get used to these exercises that we're doing. There are 4 that we're going to do today. We're going to start with some arms, we're going to do some leg exercises. And remember, warm up is a reminder that preparation is key. Preparation is strength. Preparation helps you to be successful as you're moving through the space. So we don't want to minimize it. We don't want to miss it. We want to make sure that we're doing everything we can to get our body ready. So these moves help us to align our body. It helps us to align our minds and to focus what we're going to be doing. So the first thing we're going to start doing is we're going to start doing some arm twirls. And basically these are things that you have probably been used to doing. We're going to just twist our arms. We're going to do 10 forward and 10 backwards. So let's go ahead and get started. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we're going to go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And so as we're doing all of these warm-ups and we're doing the exercises as we get through the episode, remember we have taught and we've talked about how we can modify some of these. You can do that if you need to. For example, this next one we're going to be doing a high knee march, right? A high knee march. So basically what we're doing, and the version that we've taught, is basically you have your forearms and you're bringing your knees up as high as possible, right? And even to the point where you may be touching your elbows. And you can do that. If you have problems with balance and you need to, you can use a chair. Like I have my workbench that I have here. I've got a chair off to the side. You can hold on to the wall if you need to. So any of those are ways that you can use to modify these. I like these because they really get my hips moving. They get my heart rate going up. They allow me to work on my balance, which we'll talk about here in just a little while. And as we are doing all of these exercises, over the last 3 days, we've learned a few things. And, we go here for about a half an hour, a little bit, sometimes more. But if you're going to do a 1-hour workout, you can actually incorporate many of the exercises that we're doing. Even as we're learning some new ones today, you can go ahead and use the old ones to round out your workout. Okay? And so this one we're just doing for about a minute or so. Get those legs moving, get the heart pumping, and you start to hear me even as I'm talking now. I'm getting a little breath, a little winded. And so we get the heart rate pumping up. The cardiologist is going to love that. Sometimes we talk about doing aerobic exercising, but even as you're doing strength training, some of the things that we do in preparation, our warm-ups, you can get that heart rate going as well, right? So that was the high knee march, about 1 minute for that. The next thing we're going to do is what's called a cross-body leg swing. And basically, and I'm going to hold on for this one, the modified version. So what you're doing is you're taking your leg and you're going to lift it, you're going to cross it over the body to one side and bring it back. Cross over and bring it back. Cross over and bring it back. Cross over and you bring it back. And we're going to do 10 of these on each side. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. 1, 2, and as I get it over to one side, I'm holding it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And so now I'm going to hold on to my bench and we're going to do the other side, because if you have a chair, you can do this as well. And lifting, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And so for all of these, remember that tension, controlled tension, is where we get growth. So as I'm doing all of these, right, and I'm gonna go back here for a minute. So I'm not just swinging my legs, right? What I'm doing is I'm allowing my muscles to control what happens. So as I go off to the side here, right, I'm making sure that my quads are engaged. I've activated my core, right? So I pulled my stomach, my belly button in just a little bit. And so I am allowing my muscles under tension to do what I need them to do. Okay, so I am directing that. So tension, control tension, is where we grow. So this next one we're going to do what's called a forward reach. It's also called you can call it an isometric reach. And basically what we're doing is we're taking our arms straight out, okay, and off to the sides, and we're going to bring it in. And we're going to touch, count for 5 seconds, bring it back, bring it in, count for 5 seconds, bring it back, bring it in, count for 5 seconds. Let's go ahead and do it this way, right? Bring it in and count for 5 seconds. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to hold it there for 5 seconds. So let's go ahead and get started. So arms out to the side. And as I'm doing this, I'm activating my core. So let's talk about that for a minute. So I want you to imagine, once again, right behind your belly button, that there is a ball. It's kind of like when you get ready to take a picture and you're out there and your stomach is out, right? And somebody says, okay, we're gonna take a picture. What do? You suck that in, okay? So that's what I want you to do. I want you to suck that in just a bit, because what that does is it gets all of these muscles tightened up. And when you do that, as you're exercising, it brings those muscles, it activates those muscles so that they can also get involved. Okay, so as we're doing this, I want you to activate the core, pull that belly button in just a little bit. We got our arms out, and we go 1, and hold that for 5 seconds, and back. That's 1. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 4. And then the last one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So we're going to do that again. So because we're going to do 2 sets of those. Now you can do 10 if you want, and just do 10 at one time, or you can break them up in 5s, depending on what's going on, how intense you're doing them. Whether you have other issues that are going on in your body, in your upper extremity, but you can just do them 10 at a time. So let's go ahead and activating our core, pull that belly button in just a little bit, and then let's go ahead and do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 4. One more. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's 5. Okay. So we've done some upper body, so arm twists. We've done the knee, right? Knee march. We've done the cross body, and then we came back with this isometric, or the forward reach, as we call it. So let's go ahead and let's start with today's strength movement. So this is where we train the body, not just the muscles, but we train the body, and we're training for stability, not just for the muscles, we're training for coordination, we're training for power, and we want to be able to use the things that we're doing every day. So as we're walking through strength strategy and mindset, the goal is not that this is some theoretical thing that we're doing, right? So we are literally working on getting the body into shape so that it will help us as we move through our metabolic space. We're also working on strategies that we can apply here, right? Because there's some amazing strategies that come out of strength training and toning. But then we can take those, we can apply them also into our lives. And then, of course, the mindset, the way we think is so, so important. So that's why strength strategy and mindset. So we're starting with the body, but we're learning from the exercises we're going to do here. How do we apply that to our life? So what are some strategies that we're going to use to do that? And then what's the mindset change that we need to have? So let's go ahead, and what we're going to do is we're going to do some seated knee extension. So seated knee extension. And basically what we're going to do is I'm going to use my, you can have a chair if you want. I've got my bench that I'm going to use here in a minute. I'm going to sit in an upright position, and I'll show that to you. Engage my core, so pull that belly button in just a little bit, pull that belly button in inwards, and just tighten that so I can activate all of these muscles in the area. And then I'm going to lift my legs, extend them, right? So extend the knee so that my leg is up. I'm going to count for 3 seconds, and then I'm going to put it back down. Right, lift, count for 3 seconds, and put it back down. And so I'm going to alternate sides. Right, so I'm going to do 1, 2, 3. Right, so that's what we're going to do. And let me go ahead and get my Limitless Living hat out of the way. Put that over here for just a minute. So once again, I'm sitting. Right. And actually, let me do this because I need some support. And when you do this, you want to make sure that you are getting as much support as you can, because you don't want, let me come over on this side, you don't want your back, whoa, that moved a little bit. Let's pull that up just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, because I want that upright, so that I have the support as I'm sitting. Because what I want to do is I don't want my back to be the thing that I'm using. I want my legs, I want the muscles in my legs to be the ones that I'm using to do this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to rotate my knee just slightly, or my leg just slightly out, because when I lift, what I'm going to do is I want these quads, the hamstrings, I want those muscles to be the ones that are doing this. Okay, so once again, I'm sitting straight up, engage my core, so I pull my belly button in just a little bit, and then I'm gonna lift, I'm gonna extend, right, as much as I can, and then I'm gonna bring that back down. I'm gonna get the other one, I'm gonna extend that as much as I can, so I want that knee, right? And then I'm going to bring that back down. And so we're going to alternate. We're going to do 10 reps in each set. And we're going to do 3 sets of these, right, with some rest in between. So let's go ahead and get the idea now. And actually, well, let me do it. I'm going to turn sideways, right? I don't have anything to support my back here, but just so you get an idea of what this should look like. So you're sitting back against your chair, right? So I don't want to be slouched over. Right, so as much as possible, and my legs my thigh rotated just a little bit, and what I'm doing, I'm going to have to hold on for a minute, and I'm lifting as much as I possibly can, as high as I can, and then bringing that back down. Okay, so that's what it should look like from the side. All right, so once again, we're going to alternate, and when I've done both legs, that's 1 rep. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get started. And so I got my leg, I'm going to lift, count to 3, 2, 3, next side, 1, 2, 3, that's 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, that's 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 4. So I've got my core, right? Remember, I've actuated that. I've activated it. And you should feel that on the inner side of your thigh. You should feel it in the upper outer area on your quads. And I think that's 6. 7. 4 more. 2 more. Sorry, 3 more. 2 more. And 1 more. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Awesome. All right, so that, we'll come back and we'll continue that set. Once again, what I want is I want my core to be strong. I want my core to be able to support me. I want my core to be constant. I want my core to be stable. That has so many implications for our lives, right? Because often we are trying to be out there, trying to do things, trying to be successful when we have not strengthened the core. We've not worked on putting into place the things that are going to take us and support us when things around us are changing. Okay, and that's my continuous monitor. Let me go ahead and turn that off. One of the things that we're probably going to do at some point is to show you what happens to my blood sugar as I'm exercising. And so my blood sugar, it started out, and I'm fasting right now, so it started out probably around 70, and I'm going to bring this up so you can see that right now, you may not be able to see, I don't think you could see that, but right now it says that my blood sugar is 69, so it dropped right below 70, which is why it alarms. Let me go ahead and turn that off. But for those of you who are interested, fasting workouts are an amazing thing as well. So we'll talk more about that. All right. So back to our core. So we want the core to be strong. We want the core to be stable. And so part of, in this space, in terms of getting our body ready, we're doing the core. But I want you to make sure that you understand that this idea of the core can also be extrapolated into life. So let's go ahead and let's do our second set. Once again, back against as straight as I can with my support and my legs slightly rotated outward, and we're going to alternate it back and forth. So I'm going to do 10 reps, okay? So starting 1, 2, 3, and I think I was counting 4 times, but it's 1, 2, 3. That's 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 2. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 4. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. That's 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 6. So we got 4 more. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 more. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 more. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Awesome. And so we'll rest here for a few seconds. I said a few minutes, but a few seconds. So if you are trying to be healthy, if you're trying to lose weight, there are some fundamental things that you've got to know. There's fundamental things you've got to understand about the body. And so part of that core idea is getting the information you need so that you can be successful. If you're trying to improve your blood sugar, if you're trying to improve your cholesterol, your fatty liver, decreasing your risk of heart disease, there are some fundamental things that you need. And the idea for all of those is that all of those diseases are metabolic diseases. So a core idea is understanding how metabolism works. But you get the idea. So as we're talking about cores, we're talking here physically, in this case, activating our core, but there are so many places, so many things that you can use that same idea to activate. So as we're talking about strength, strategy, and mindset, yeah, we're working our body. Like I said, I'm working on my beach body. I want you to watch, right? It's coming. But we're also working on our life, limitless living, right? So we are building the kind of life we've always wanted. Let's go ahead and do our last set of these seated knee extensions. Once again, back for support. We are rotating our thigh just a little bit, our knee actually, and we are lifting. Let's go. And we're counting for 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We got 4 more to go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 3 more. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2 more. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 more. 1, 2, 3. And then 1, 2, 3. Okay? All right. So as we are moving through these exercises, remember control tension, right? That's a concept that you're going to hear me saying over and over and over and over, because there are 2 words in there that I want you to get. So controlled. As I'm doing this, I'm not just throwing my leg up and just dropping it. I'm using the muscles. I'm allowing the muscles to be controlled. I am controlling what's going on in my body. I am controlling what's happening with those muscles. And the tension has to be there if I'm going to get growth. In your life, you don't understand, you really don't know whether you're growing if there's no tension, if there's no decision you have to make, if there's no challenge, if there's no place where you have to expand. Is there growth happening? And so control tension. And I want you to get comfortable with that idea. I want you to get comfortable with the fact that when you see tension, when you feel a twinge of burning as we are about to lift some weights, when you feel the wobbliness like we talked about in a couple of episodes ago, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't be in that space. It simply means that your body is changing, that your body is doing what it needs to do to be successful. So let's go ahead and we're going to work on some upper body. And I love these. We're going to do some curls and some hammer curls, curls and hammer curls. Let's see. Let's grab these guys. Okay. And so a great place for us to start talking about our strategy. So let's shift a little bit from strength, talk about strategy. And strategy is important because showing up is good, but showing up with a plan is what's really good. Okay. So today's strategy is the 2-minute rule, the 2-minute rule. And the 2-minute rule says that if a habit takes 2 minutes or less, then you do it now. If a habit takes 2 minutes or less, then you do it now. So we talked a few days ago, one of the challenges, one of the things we wanted you to do was we wanted you, when you finish brushing your teeth, and we talked about stacking, finish brushing your teeth, right? What did we want you to do? We wanted you to do the 5 leg lifts. And then yesterday, we talked about doing some squats. So whatever it is going to be, whether it is doing some squats here, doing some leg lifts, doing some straight legs, seated knee extensions, if it takes less than 2 minutes, then you do it. How long did it think it took us to do the leg lifts that we had there? Not long. Often we think that we've got to have a lot of time. We've got to find lots of time to do things, and we don't have to do that. So let's go ahead. I'm going to do some curls. And remember, these curls, we're going to lift this up to our clavicle, our upper chest, if you will. And then we're going to bring those down in a controlled manner. All right, so we're going up and in a controlled manner. Up in a controlled manner. So we're going to do 3 sets of these. We're going to do 10 reps in each one. But remember, you don't have to have hours and hours and hours and hours to change. You just need to make a decision that you're going to have some time. If it's 2 minutes, let's do it. You can do 2 minutes of knee lifts, 2 minutes of knee extension, 2 minutes of squats, 2 minutes. Remember we did the balance, right? We did all of that. We did even for warming up, right? Those cross body leg swings. All of those are things you can do in 2 minutes. So what you want to do is begin incorporating the things that we're learning into your daily activity. Even what we're doing right now, the curls, you can get some 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, whatever it needs to be. And let's go ahead and do it. So we're going to do some curls. This is our first set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, and 1 more. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put that down. Give myself some rest. Now, when you're doing any of these exercises, the temptation is going to be to just keep going. Okay, it's another concept that I want you to get. I've been working with my son here in this very space, and so we'll get to the end of a set, and he'll want to keep going. And I tell him, no, we know what we're doing. We are doing, 10 reps of whatever, and let's stop and let's take a moment and let's pause and let's rest. I want you to get this. So you're going to be tempted, right? Because something is going well, because something, I think I got this. And you're going to be tempted to keep going. But remember, if you're not careful, you can actually cause damage. Because the muscles need some rest. Now, there is a place for just continuing to go, right? And there's a place for that where you just dig in and come on, we got it. Right? But as you're doing, you want to be controlled. If you've never lifted before, if you've never exercised before, if you've never done the things that we're doing right now, let's take it at a good pace. And as we're doing right now, we're resting. And let's go ahead and let's get to our next set. And once again, there's so many implications in that idea of resting that goes to our lives, because we can keep going and going and going and going, but we don't want to do that, because we want to be healthy. We want to set ourselves up for the best possibility of success. So go ahead and get our reps, and we're going up, and we are allowing our muscles to bring these down, right? So we're not just dropping them, right? So we're going to make sure that we have good form. right? The strategy is always form. There's always structure, rhythm, alignment, and structure. There we go. That's 3, 4, 5, 6. Got 4 more. Got 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. All right. Now notice that even on that last rep, as I'm coming back down, I bring it all the way. I complete it. Oh man, see, there's another idea, another piece right there. So you want to be the person that completes stuff. We talked about that in our last series. You want to be the person that they say, man, if I need something to done, yeah, I can count on them, because they're not going to just do, if they have to do 10 things, they're not going to do 9 well, and then the last one just kind of have it fall apart. Right? So here, we are completing the form. We're completing the entire set. We're completing all the reps. We're doing them in the form that we want as we're going through. Right? We're not going to get sloppy at the end, right? Because we want all of the reps. We want everything to be done well, because that trains our muscles, that trains our body. That's what we do. And in our lives, we want that as well. Oh man, see, look at that. There's a whole concept there, right? Limitless living says that we are doing what we have to do to be the best at what we need to do. That I could summarize it like that. Let's go ahead. Let's grab our dumbbells again, and let's do our last rep. Right, our last set, I shouldn't say rep. All right, let's get going, and up, and we're back down. Now, if you don't have dumbbells, you can actually get a baggie, and you could put a can in it, or cans. You can increase the weight by putting different sizes of cans or different number of cans, and you can lift. One of the things, and I'll show you that here in just a minute. This is number 5. This is number 6. And we got 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. And that's our set. So one thing I wanted to show you here is that, so I'm not doing this, right? Right? Because what I'm doing is I'm targeting specific muscles, right? And that is where the control comes, because I want these muscles to be the ones that are doing the things that I need them to do. So that's our strength. Our strength is what we're working on, the extended knee lifts, so strengthening our core. Our strategy is the 2-minute rule. So there are things that you need to do. And here we're talking about health. We're talking about our exercise. We're talking about toning. We're talking about getting stronger. So knee lifts, leg extensions, cross-body swings, curls, right? So if you got some weights at home, while you're waiting for the shower to warm up, right? While you're waiting for food to cook, while you are waiting somewhere for somebody at the mall, while you got 2 minutes, right there, you can incorporate it into your life. Now, let's go inward and let's talk about our mindset, because the mindset is the engagement, it's the engine that makes everything else work. What we believe, we do. What we believe is what we put our energy in. What we believe, we build. And today we are building belief. We're building belief. The mindset for today is this: motion creates emotion. Motion creates emotion. When you feel stuck, you don't want to do anything. When you feel stuck, you don't feel like doing anything. But when you feel stuck, you can't wait for motivation. Motivation is fleeting. Motivation may never come. Motivation is here today and it moves tomorrow. When you feel stuck, you got to move. When you move, right, move a muscle, change a thought. When you move with intention, when there is a structure, like right here, when there is a plan, then I don't need motivation because the plan helps me move in the direction. You send a signal to your body. You send a signal to your body when you're moving, send a signal to your brain that this is what we do. We're not stuck. We have something that we can fall back on. When I talk to people who are fasting, for example, sometimes they say, well, I don't know what to cook. I don't know what to eat. I don't know what to break my fasting. I don't know what to start the fasting. And so I tell them, create a default meal that's going to be your last meal. Create a default meal that's going to be your first meal. So anytime you're worried, you don't know what to do, you're out, you're rushed, you already have the default meal because there's a structure. So I don't have to now plan. So when you are feeling like you're stuck, grab your dumbbells. When you feel like you're stuck, do some squats. When you're feeling like you're stuck, do something because when you move, move a muscle, change a thought. We're in progress. We say that to our brain. When we are moving, the brain says, okay, yeah, we're doing some stuff. So today, we're training from the center. We're training the core. Now that's symbolic. That's symbolic. That signifies strength and it signifies strategy. Strength and strategy. It also signifies alignment because it says I'm not allowing anything to prevent me, to derail me from doing what I need to do. I am in the space of being successful and I'm doing everything I can to be successful. So that's our strength, our strategy, and our mindset. You have shown up for what? You've shown up for 4 days. You've said that I'm willing to do what I need to do to be successful. I'm willing to engage. I'm willing to put my body where my mouth is. You like that? All right. So I've said to you that for a long time, I've wanted to do this. I wanted to be in this space. I wanted to, and for whatever reason, it didn't happen. But here it is now. And you're showing up. We've already proven that we can be successful. We've already said that I am showing up for 100 days. We did 109 days. You've now said that I'm showing up for this day. And I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited that you're in this space. So we've been talking about challenges, right? So everybody talks about challenges, talks about, do this. And we even did challenges in our last series. Each day we gave you something that we want you to do. But I want to change the phrase a little bit. I want to call these our strength steps. Strength steps. So strength, strategy, mindset. So strength step. And so these are going to be things similar to challenges, but in keeping with what we're doing, right? We want to use words that propel us, that remind us of where we are, the space that we find ourselves in. So strength step. So here's your strength step for today. Your moment to take what we've learned and to apply it and to live it. It's simple, it's powerful, and it builds the consistency that we're aiming for. So I want you to do 5 seated knee extensions today. I want you to do 5 as you're going through the day. I want you to find times, right? So we're putting the 2-minute rule. I want you to find times throughout the day where you can do that. It may be at lunchtime. It may be that you're at home and you're waiting for something to happen. Now you've done this, right? So we've gone through the video and I want you to now begin applying that as you're moving through the course of the day. Because this is not just a video that you're watching. This is not just some theory that we are wanted to teach you, but we want to put ourselves in the position to continually be successful, right? So do 5 seated knee extensions. While you're watching TV, while so many different things, right? While you're waiting for the water to heat up. If you have a if you had if you have a chair in your shower, right? Then you can sit on the chair and you can do that as well. Okay. So let's go ahead, and whenever we are exercising, whenever we're doing this, we always want to kind of come back and put it all together. We want to make sure that we understand what we've done. We understand why we're doing what we're doing. We talked about the whys and the North Star statement before. So in this space, what we're doing is we're moving from simply wanting to actually being. We've moved from doing actions and trying to build habits to living in the person that we've created. And now we're taking that person, now that we're ready for whatever life can bring to us, we're ready to hit it running. And so part of that is assessing where we are and doing body cleanse, cool down is what we're going to call it. So we're going to do some deep breathing. And as you're doing deep breathing, I want you to be mindful of what's going on in your body. Right, so we're going to breathe in through our mouth, in through our nose, hold it, and breathe out through our mouth. We're going to do that 5 times in and out. And as you're doing that, pay attention to how you feel. You should begin feeling the tension leave your body. And this what we're doing, this activity that we're doing, you can do this at any time. You don't have to wait. So if something's going on in your life, something that's causing some stress, something that's causing some worry, something that's causing you to be anxious, something that's causing you to feel like you have lack motivation, guess what? Wherever your space is that you've created, and we've created a space here, come on out, grab some dumbbells. Wherever you are, if you're at your office, close the door, do some air squats, do some knee extensions. Begin applying this wherever you find yourself. Don't let this be a novelty. Don't just let this be something that you do at a time during the day. I want you to begin incorporating all of this into your life. So let's go ahead and let's do those deep breathing exercise. Remember, in through our nose. Hold it for 5 and breathe out. In through our nose. Hold it, hold it, hold it, and breathe out. In through our nose. Hold and breathe out. 2 more. And 1 more. In through our nose. Hold it. And out through our mouth. So you did it. That's right, you did it. You showed up for day number 4, strength, strategy, and mindset. You didn't just move. You anchored. You built your core. You learned about the core. You had some chances right here to apply in your life some of the things that we've been learning. You strategized. You didn't just train. You didn't just show up, but you believed. And all of that says that you are on your way. You are quite ready to take on whatever life has to offer. And we are living limitless lives. We're living limitless lives, because limitless living says that we're not allowing anything to prevent us from doing what we need to do. We are presenting our best selves, our best health, and our best plans for our lives. We're breaking free from those boundaries, and we're going to what we need to do to be successful. This is Dr. Dwain Woode. That's Wood with an E. The E stands for endocrinology. Here I educate, I empower, and I encourage you to take charge of your health and your life, avoid complications, and go to the next level. We're creating the life we've always wanted. Thank you for joining me. We'll see you tomorrow on day number 5 of Strength, Strategy, and Mindset.